Damn, the duck's got speed. Oh. I tell you, this place is out for blood. This world. So Matrix got me pretty good today. I didn't get up early enough and the shop closed before I managed to get down to it to buy my black tea. Took about half an hour trying to drive into town to buy my black tea that I like. And so I drove into town. I wasted literally about 50 minutes by the time I made it back here, and I remain tealess, so I have to go and buy the shitty tea from the supermarket tonight. So it's unreal, man, the way time is speeding up. It's almost like I'm pondering whether I should sleep every second day. Maybe I don't know how that would work out. I even forgot my gloves today, so I've got my fishing gloves on because it's so cold. It's like a really savage easterly, southerly wind. The good thing about the cold days though is that there's generally no one around here, so the vibes of the park are really good. Oh, the duck got me. Shit. Landed on my head. Man, he actually chopped me in the head then. It hurt quite a bit. And on the rainy days, the black duck tends to be more aggressive because I think he needs more energy. He needs to mooch a certain amount of calories a day. A certain amount of fear kilojoules in order to sustain himself. Fucking hell, he chopped me in the head. That was really savage. I think the audio might have picked that up. Oh man. So I was on YouTube last night and I found a small channel that I've visited it a few times, and I've tried to leave comments on it, and they all get deleted, or they don't stick. They don't stay on the page. It's kind of weird. I don't know why YouTube do that to very small channels. It's almost like narcissistic abuse where they try to alienate you from everyone. If you're being put through that gang stalking and targeting. I'm not sure. I kind of felt for the guy because he was a really young, intelligent guy, and I just wanted to leave. You want to validate people and leave a comment saying they're a thoughtful, intelligent person, and that you agree at least. Time is speeding up. Because in my life, in my experience, a lot of people say, oh no, time is what you make it. There is no time. They haven't noticed. That kind of stuff. So I did want to leave him a comment, but it wouldn't stay up, and eventually I left a comment saying, PsychoTube won't let me leave a comment, but I tried, and that one got to stay up, and the other comments that I left didn't. So yeah, it's a funny one, YouTube. So yeah, I don't know how you guys who are still working are finding things. in terms of how hectic your day is, how busy it is. I'd be interested to hear from you whether, you know, how you're getting on, and whether the working day goes a lot faster, or whether it still manages to drag out if you don't like your work. Oh, it really does get your heart going when that duck fucking attacks you and you don't see him coming. But you know, at least he's an honest abuser and he does his own dirty work, so kudos to him. Where do I want to go today? There's a pretty good channel it's probably my favourite YouTube channel that I keep going back to. It's called Lion Sword. I hope he doesn't mind me mentioning it. I've only got a few subscribers, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. But yeah, he's a lovely guy. He's very, very passionate about truth and exposing evil. And I think that's where I really resonate with him. Well, on many things. But just this exposing evil, you know, that being the duty of a so-called, you know, light worker, or whatever you want to call empathic sort of people. I think that's what we were meant to do, expose it. But you see, with all these awakening groups, it doesn't really do that. They're all about raising your vibe, or ignoring evil, saying it doesn't exist, or it's a bird just shat on my head. Yeah, ignoring evil, or saying there is no evil, or you manifested it, or some shit like that. But I've never felt right doing that. You know, I tried to explore that path and it just felt... what's the word? It just felt like a betrayal of myself. It feels safer though. Anyway, Lion Sword, this is his channel's name. Like a roaring lion, and a sword as in a weapon. So yeah, this whole time speeding up thing, it makes it very hard to get much done. You know, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you have a meal, you sleep maybe 8 hours, and you know, many of us are now having disrupted sleep, whether it's due to the frequencies or whatever, just having a hard time to sleep deeply. And so it probably feels like you've only had 6 hours sleep when you've had maybe 8 or even 10. It's pretty hard to get much done. I had a couple of books I wanted to write, and I really better crack on with that if I want to get them finished. I found when I slept in the hills in my van, like way out in the backcountry, I had these way deeper sleeps. This was a couple of years ago, and I would just be out like a light, and I'd sleep deeply for like 8 to 10 hours, wake up feeling so refreshed. Other people said the same as well. There was like a 70-year-old man, and he was like living in his car. I was pretty amazed. don't know where all the little ducklings are today. I was going to try to film some of them for you. I was working on this montage video, but I'm no good at editing, so I didn't end up doing it in the end. I've got a shitload of nice footage, but you kind of lose motivation to do these things. The doubt starts to creep in, and you're like, is it even going to achieve anything good? Like genuinely good or not? Might get me some, it'll get me some views. I'll probably have to start a new channel because I wouldn't want normies to see this channel, just because it's, if you're talking about targeting and things, it's a bit too horrific for them. That's the thing, like people who get put through the targeted individual thing, like, we haven't done anything wrong. Evil's the one that should be ashamed of itself, and yet we hide away. We're shamed into hiding the abuse away, just in order to like preserve other people's peace of mind, so that they don't get traumatized by like what we went through. It's all pretty shit. In a just world, surely you would just say what happened to you, and then like an investigation would be done, and then like the people who did it would be prosecuted, but it just doesn't seem to happen like that. It's not because there's a lack of evidence. Like, there used to be this notion that police would actually investigate things. They may even do like a stakeout. Maybe that's just in the movies for virtue signalling, but they could do a stakeout and get evidence, but they don't. I kind of miss the old quaint school days where, the bully would have a timeout, and the one who had been abused would get a hug from the teacher, and the abuse would be acknowledged, and that kind of thing. Simple, quaint, seemingly more just times. Totally obsolete now, though. I'd love to meet some of these new agers in person that are actually, the ones who actually claim to have have all this power and have manifested all their dream life and everything. I'd love to just ask them some things, for instance, did they manage to do away with evil? Do we still have the same presidents and prime ministers, and have they manifested all this awesome stuff, awesome life, and did they end up getting so-called demonically attacked, as many people who manifest stuff claim that they've been, they claim they've been attacked, and it all turned really horrific, the whole experience. Because when you're living a life you don't want to live because you don't have money, you can't afford a place to live, or you can't even if you had money. Oh, shit. You got me good, buddy. This old Black Paradise saying, stop your bitching, son. You're my little drill sergeant, hey? Stop your bitching. Easy for you to say, Black Paradise. You've got a private island over there, haven't you? You've got your own fucking private island, buddy. Oh man, look at the white coat's pretty grubby today. You alright, buddy? One of those ducks was quite sick, the one on the right. It was so sick I thought about taking it home with me to like try to nurture it. But then I remembered, like, you know, obviously if you bring it home you're going to stress it out, probably worse. And on top of that, like all the fucking Wi-Fi and shit that we live in, you know, if the animals went from being out here where there is very little Wi-Fi into the belly of the fucking beast, the electro beast, like it would probably die. All those frequencies, I don't know. So anyway, I resisted the urge to like grab the duck, abduct the duck from the park, so I'm happy I did, because she came right eventually. The other white duck came and supported it. There's the ducklings. Hey, Black Paradise. He's in a right mood today. Yeah, that's one good thing about animals. I really miss having a dog. They always come and like jolt you out of those dark ruminations. You know, like my dog used to come and like get me to play all the time and stuff. When I was looking into the whole conspiracy thing and getting in my head about it. Community mobbing in the park. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say today. I've been meaning to make a big video about the targeting thing, you know, to lay it all out there step by step, the whole like 8-month nightmare hellish shit show that I managed to survive by the skin of my teeth about 5 years ago. But like the doubt creeps in, you know, you see how few people actually put stuff on YouTube, and then you watch all these like narcissistic abuse survival videos and they're like, don't give them anything, you know, don't tell people anything and keep it all to yourself. And it's kind of like the police, you know, anything you do say, they use it against you. They fucking twist it and use it against you like a narcissist. So you're kind of wondering, like, you know, you start to doubt it and have a bit less bravado, even though like it's all just like horrendous abuse and I didn't do anything wrong. You just start to wonder, like, how much information should you give them, you know, how much should you put on YouTube. So it's a bit of a tough dilemma to make. I mean, they say the truth will set you free, but I used to joke like the truth will get you in a psych ward. There's a lot of those sayings I don't really understand, like the truth will set you free. I mean, I don't know who's been set free. Other than like small versions of freedom, I suppose. Anyway, I'm going to turn this off and have a nice time with my duck friends on a cold, blustery, southerly wind Monday evening. I'd love to get back in the van and just travel around. You meet some really cool people, and even though there's those people mostly still asleep as well, but you still meet some nice people who just want to live in the moment and are a little bit more open to conversation and stuff. But yeah, it's a little bit too cold at the moment. It's not until about almost December when it's warm at night here in New Zealand. It's alright for you, isn't it, buddy? You've got a big cape to keep you warm. Anyway, I hope you're all doing alright, and yeah, catch you later. Bird feeder man over for now.